Well, the Supreme Court, remember what an important role it played in that interesting discussion where the Seventh-day Adventist Church intervened? Well, there's your Supreme Court. And Rehnquist is out. Judge O'Connor is out. Who's been put into their place? John Roberts, Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, Harvard undergraduate, Harvard Law School, clerk for Justice William Rehnquist, devoted conservative Roman Catholic. So here's a Roman Catholic in the place of the previous head. And President Bush introduces Samuel Alito, his choice to replace Sandra Day O'Connor. Did he get in? Yes. So, devoted Roman Catholic. Alito confirmed by the Senate the majority of justices in the Supreme Court will be Roman Catholic. He was confirmed. So your Supreme Court is Roman Catholic. And all conservative Roman Catholic. If it comes to a vote again, how will they vote? They'll go the way of the Pope. Does this President of the United States go out of his way to show that he's linked with the First Peace? Yes. October 2, 2005, President and Mrs. Bush exit St. Matthew's Cathedral in Washington with Cardinal Theo McCorrick and Supreme Chief Court Justice Roberts after attending the annual Red Mass. The Red Mass is a historical tradition within the Catholic Church. It is held on the Sunday before the opening session of the Supreme Court. So Catholicism rules this nation, whether they like it or not. Here are all the dignitaries at that Mass. Secretary of State, Rice, 3 other Catholic justices were there, and the President of the National Clergy Council stated, you had the heads of the executive and judicial branches and representatives from the legislative branch fully participating. There was no separation of church and state. Christianity Today, October 3, 2005. It's a done deal in the United States. This is Civiltà Cattolica. This is the Jesuit magazine. Notice what it says. It says, over here, made it clear that when Catholics in any country are in the minority, the church will ask for religious freedom for all. But when the majority is Catholic, all other creeds will be denied legal existence. Even Pope John the 23rd would agree with this citation. And then they had an interesting new development in the United States. You all know about it. The famous 10 Commandment Day on the 7th of May, 2006. Interesting date again. The 1st of May is May Day. The 7th of May was a Sunday. You are concerned about the attempt to remove God's moral law from our society? You can do something about it. In response to recent court rulings against the public display of the 10 Commandments, so this issue is becoming prominent in the United States. And from now on, every year, they will hold this feast on the first Sunday of May in every year, pushing for the commandments to come back into the fray. The objectives of the 10 Commandment Commissions is to restore the supremacy of the tenets, precepts, principles contained in the 10 Commandments. This nation is heading rapidly towards the fulfillment of prophecy. The members are all the top movers and shakers right through. Even Benny Hinn says yes. On the one hand, they say the law is gone. On the other hand, they say let's legislate on the law. Does that make any sense whatsoever? None whatsoever. Look at all these people involved. All the television stations, the Richard Roberts, you name them, all of them, the mega powers and movers and shakers, all of them there. And they're all behind this movement. All of them. Massive movement in our world. Now, let's look at the final combination. We're almost done. On July 30th, 1986, our Blessed Mother, this is Roman Catholic again, explained another of her roles through Father Gobi. He's the Catholic visionary who was honored by Pope John Paul II. She said, quote, this is the moment for all to take refuge in me, because I am the Ark of the New Covenant. At the time of Noah, immediately before the flood, those whom the Lord had destined to survive his terrible chastisement entered into the Ark. In these your times, I'm inviting all my beloved children to enter the Ark of the New Covenant, which I have built in my immaculate heart for you, that they may be assisted by me to carry the bloody burden of the great trial which precedes the coming of the day of the Lord. Do not look anywhere else. This is happening today, what happened in the days of the flood. So here's the final Marian appeal. Choose me. This is Lucifer's appeal through his church. Choose my authority. Wow. Where do we go? John 14:6. Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. I'm in trouble. Joshua 24:15. And it seemed evil unto you to serve the Lord. Choose ye this day whom you will serve. There was such a decision in the past. There was such a decision on Mount Carmel. There will be such a decision again today. Whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. This is our choice today. We either go along with the dictates of the world. Your country will play a pivotal role. It will impact the entire world. It doesn't matter where you live. It makes no difference anymore. But this will be the final issue, because it's the issue of authority. And I have chosen, as a consequence, to say, here I stand like Martin Luther, I can do no other, and I am a Seventh-day Adventist. Not because I thought, wow, what a great organization, let me join, but because biblically I had no choice. And if you'd follow truth, there will be turmoils, but the Lord God will release you out of them all. And the path of obedience is a path that can be matched by no other. The benefits far outweigh the negatives. Did you know that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the only church in the entire world that can define and defend its doctrines on a public platform? It's the only one. All churches can preach Jesus, all churches can preach all of these things, but when it comes to doctrine, there's only one church that can defend its doctrines on a public platform. Are these things done in a corner? No. Here we stand. I state the situation. I went through this turmoil myself, looked for every opportunity to find a loophole. Biblically, there was none. I came in feet first, kicking and screaming. But this is the truth. And I'm inviting you to make a choice. Make a choice tonight.